Hi friends, once again welcome back in our educational channel, that is Milinda's Ideas. Friends, in previous lecture we had studied thermistor, that is the second type of non-linear resistor, and in this video lecture we are going to study the new electronic component that is known as capacitor. What is a capacitor? It is also an integral part of electronic circuit, electronic components. Basically, what is capacitor? It is a passive component. It is a passive component which has ability or which has capacity to store the electric charge. Means it is a component which has ability to store the electric charge. आणि तो जो आपण चार्ज स्टोअर करतो तो कुठल्या फॉर्म मध्ये येतो? इट इज इन स्टॅटिक फॉर्म. म्हणजे आपण जेव्हा सप्लाय कनेक्ट करतो त्या कॅपॅसिटरच्या अक्रॉस तर कॅपॅसिटर चार्ज होतो अँड द पोटेन्शियल डिफरन्स विल बी डेव्हलप अक्रॉस द प्लेट्स ऑफ दॅट कॅपॅसिटर. आणि तो जो चार्ज जो आहे तो कसा म्हटला आपण मित्रांनो, इट इज इन फॉर्म ऑफ स्टॅटिक व्होल्टेज. मग हा कॅपॅसिटर कसा वर्क करतो? दिस कॅपॅसिटर बिहेव्स लाईक अ स्मॉल रिचार्जेबल सेल. आपण सेलला जसं चार्ज करतो, एखादी रिचार्जिंगची बॅटरी असते तिला आपण चार्ज करतो आणि आपण चार्ज करतो ती बॅटरी काढली की त्या बॅटरीमध्ये चार्ज स्टोअर होतो. कॅपॅसिटर पण काय करतो? द फंक्शन ऑफ कॅपॅसिटर इज ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर टू रिचार्जेबल बॅटरी. इट ऑल्सो स्टोअर द चार्ज. जोपर्यंत आपण त्याला डिस्चार्ज करत नाही तोपर्यंत तो चार्ज स्टोअर करतो, बट द पोटेन्शियल डेव्हलप अक्रॉस द कॅपॅसिटर इज कम्पेअर्ड टू दॅट रिचार्जेबल बॅटरी इज लो. That is basically a capacitor. Capacitors म्हटलं आपण. Now how the capacitor is constructed? The capacitors are constructed by using a metal plates. In that capacitor there are at least two metal plates which are mostly parallel to each other, and these plates are separated by using a insulating material. They are electrically isolated from each other by using the insulating material like air, plastic, glass, then ceramic, mica are used as the insulating material, and this insulating material are mostly known as dielectric material. Means how the capacitors are constructed? The capacitors are constructed by separating the two metal plates by using a dielectric material, or in other words we can state that the dielectric material or the insulating material is sandwiched between the two conducting plates. Friends, in this case, suppose आपण imagine केलं, this is one plate, this is also another plate. These plates are separated by using a air. याच्यामध्ये आता काय आहे? याच्यामध्ये आता air आहे. So air is used as a dielectric material. So this form the capacitors. So आपण काय म्हटलं, how the capacitors are constructed? The capacitors are constructed by separating the two conducting plates, two metal plates, by using a dielectric material, or in other words we can say that the dielectric material is sandwiched between the two conducting plates. Now how the charge is stored on the capacitor? How it is used to store the electric energy, store the voltage? When these plates are connected to the battery, mostly we have to connect the DC battery, DC supply. When that DC supply is connected to the battery, the one plate stores the positive charge. So positive charge, the current flows किंवा आपण काय म्हणू, तो पॉझिटिव्ह चार्ज जो फ्लो झाला तो कशामुळे फ्लो झाला? इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स. वन प्लेट acquires the positive charge and that positive charge acquires because of protons, while the another plate acquires the negative charge and that is because of electrons. So when the battery is connected between the plate, the one plate acquires the positive charge, that is because of protons. At the same time the second plate acquired the same charge, that is a negative charge, that is because of the electrons. म्हणजे जेव्हा आपण बॅटरी कनेक्ट केली, करंट फ्लो झाला, एका प्लेटवरती पॉझिटिव्ह चार्ज तयार झाला आणि दुसऱ्या प्लेटवरती सेम चार्ज बट तो निगेटिव्ह चार्ज त्याच्याकडे डेव्हलप झाला. म्हणजे काय म्हटलं, वन प्लेट इज नाऊ वर्क ॲज अ पॉझिटिव्ह प्लेट अँड अनदर प्लेट नाऊ वर्क ॲज अ निगेटिव्ह प्लेट. आता हा जो चार्ज जो झाला, हा चार्ज त्या प्लेटवर जो आपण डेव्हलप केला, जो स्टोअर झाला, तो कशावर डिपेंड्स आहे? दॅट विल डिपेंड्स अपॉन द अप्लाइड पोटेन्शियल. म्हणजे जेवढा आपण त्याला पोटेन्शियल अप्लाय करू त्या प्रपोर्शन मध्ये आपलं पोटेन्शियल चार्ज त्याच्यावरती डेव्हलप होणार आहे. म्हणजे जेवढी मी बॅटरी, जेवढ्या वोल्टची बॅटरी कनेक्ट केली की जेवढं वोल्ट त्या प्लेटला अप्लाय केलं त्या प्रपोर्शन मध्ये द चार्ज विल बी स्टोअर्ड ऑन द कॅपॅसिटर. So how the charge is measured? The charge is measured in coulombs, that is a Q, and voltage that measure in volts. so that charge stored is directly proportional to the applied potential. म्हणजे Q is proportional to the V. समोर तुमचे इक्वेशन डिस्प्ले झाले पाठीमागे. जो Q is proportional to V. पुढे काय म्हटलं आपण, ते इक्वेशन जे आपण सॉल्व्ह करू तर आपल्याला मिळणार आहे Q is equal to CV, where C is known as a proportionality constant. म्हणजे त्या इक्वेशनचा कॉन्स्टंट आला. But what is C? The C is the capacitance of that system and that is given by C is equal to Q upon V. आपण क्रॉस मल्टिप्लाय केलं C पलीकडे आलेल्या इक्वेशनच्या, so we are getting C is equal to Q upon V. That means the capacitance काय आला, it will depends upon the charge stored and depends upon the applied potential. That is capacitance. ठीक आहे. पुढे मित्रांनो, हा जो चार्ज जो आहे जो आपण त्यावर स्टोअर केला कॅपॅसिटर वरती, तो कशात मेजर केला, that is measured in Coulomb and the applied voltage is measured in voltage. But the charge stored on that capacitor, ते काय झालं आपण, that will depends upon the capacity of that capacitor आणि ती capacity काय आहे, that is known as capacitance. So capacitance means what? Capacitance is the property of capacitor to store the electric charge. म्हणजे किती चार्ज तो स्टोअर करू शकतो ती जी प्रॉपर्टी आहे. जसं आपण रेजिस्टन्स मध्ये म्हटलेलं, रेजिस्टन्स इज द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ रेजिस्टर and that is opposition to flow of current. In this case also the capacitance is the property of capacitor and that decides the ability to store the charge, that decide how much charge will store on the capacitor. आणि हा जो कॅपॅसिटन्स जो आहे it is measured in Farad. What is Farad? It is the name of the British physicist, that is Michael Farad. आणि त्या मायकल फॅरेडच्या ऑनरमध्ये आपण कॅपॅसिटरचे युनिट जे आहे ते आपण मेन्शन केले, दॅट इज फॅरेड. सो कॅपॅसिटन्स इज मेजर इन फॅरेड. बट फॅरेड इज अ व्हेरी लार्ज युनिट, खूप हा युनिट आहे. मग फॅरेड म्हणजे काय म्हटलं आपण, व्हॉट इज वन फॅरेड? वन फॅरेड इज द कॅपॅसिटन्स ऑफ कॅपॅसिटर वेन a charge of 1 coulomb, when 1 coulomb charge is stored on the plates when we are applying the 1 volt potential. काय म्हटलं आपण, 1 farad is a capacitance of capacitor when the plate stored a charge of 1 coulomb when we are applying 1 volt potential across the plate, that is farad. Farad, that is unit of capacitor. मग असेच म्हटलं आपण की farad is basically very high unit, म्हणजे एवढं कॅपॅसिटन्स तुमचा नसतो. मग आता हा कॅपॅसिटन्स जो आहे फॅरेड, तो आपण कशामध्ये मेजर करतो? सो मोस्टली द कॅपॅसिटर्स आर युनिट मेजर्ड इन, दॅट मीन्स द स्टँडर्ड युनिट ऑफ कॅपॅसिटन्स इज मायक्रोफॅरेड, देन नॅनोफॅरेड अँड देन पिकोफॅरेड. मायक्रोफॅरेड मीन्स दॅट इज 10⁻⁻⁶ farad. Means 1 microfarad is equal to 10⁻⁻⁶ farad. Then 1 nanofarad is equal to 10⁻⁹ farad, and 1 picofarad is equal to 10⁻⁻12 farad. So mostly the capacitance of the capacitor is mentioned in microfarad, nanofarad or picofarad, and for the calculation purpose we are going to convert that micro, nano or picofarad into the farad. So that is capacitance. आता हा कॅपॅसिटन्स जो असतो इट इज ऑलवेज पॉझिटिव्ह. ते युनिट जे आहे इट विल नेवर अननिगेटिव्ह. ते युनिट तुमचं निगेटिव्ह कधीच नसणार, इट इज ऑलवेज पॉझिटिव्ह. आणि आपण आताच म्हटलं की कॅपॅसिटन्स जो आहे तो आपण मायक्रो, नॅनो आणि पिकोमध्ये आपण मेजर करतो, दॅट इज कॅपॅसिटन्स. आता पुढे द कॅपॅसिटन्स व्हॅल्यू, आपण जो कॅपॅसिटन्स काढला दॅट सी इज इक्वल टू क्यू अपॉन व्ही, दॅट इज अ कॅपॅसिटन्स ऑफ द सिस्टीम. आपण 2 प्लेट्स घेतल्या, त्याला आपण व्होल्टेज अप्लाय केलं, the some charge will be stored on the capacitor on that plates, and when the charge stored it works as a capacitor, and the capacity of that capacitor is given by C is equal to Q upon V. But when we are going to design the capacitor, we are going to manufacture the capacitor, the value of capacitance will depends upon dielectric material used. It is proportional to dielectric material, it is proportional to the area of cross sectional plates, and it is inversely proportional to the distance between the plates. So C is equal to, that is a dielectric constant that is given by epsilon r. So C is equal to epsilon r. C is proportional to the area of cross section of plate, and C is proportional, it is inversely proportional to the distance between the two plates. So C is equal to epsilon r upon d, where C, that is a capacitance, epsilon r, that is a dielectric constant, A cross sectional area of the plate, and d, that is the distance between the plates. That means from this equation it is clear that the capacitance of the capacitor will depends upon the three factors. That is, first, area, cross sectional area or the surface area of the plate. So the capacitor is directly proportional to the surface area. As the surface area increases, capacitance increases. As the surface area decreases, capacitance decreases. हे का, जेवढा एरिया मोठा होईल, जेवढी तुमची साइज कॅपॅसिटी मोठी होईल, तेवढा स्पेस जास्त मिळेल, त्याला जेवढा एरिया जास्त मिळेल, त्यामुळे जास्त चार्ज त्याच्यावरती स्टोअर होणार आहे. So the capacitance is directly proportional to the cross sectional area of that conducting plate. The second point, the capacitance is inversely proportional to the distance between the two plates. जेवढा आपण डिस्टन्स वाढवू तेवढा कॅपॅसिटन्स काय होणार आहे, कमी होणार आहे, इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल. As the distance increases, the capacitance decreases, and as the distance decreases, the capacitance value increases. So the capacitance value is inversely proportional to the distance between the two conducting plates. And the last factor, that is dielectric constant, that is epsilon r, the dielectric material used. So in the capacitors we have to use air, then plastic, glass, ceramic, mica. These are the dielectric materials which are widely used in the capacitor, and the constant of that dielectric material is known as the dielectric constant, and on that dielectric constant the capacitors will depend. So the capacitance will depend upon the first, the cross sectional area of the plates, second, it is inversely proportional to the distance between the plate, and third factor, that is a dielectric constant of the material used between the two conducting plates. So that is a basic of capacitors. In next video lecture we are going to study the various types of capacitors. So friends, thanks for watching this video lecture. पुढच्या लेक्चर्स मध्ये आपण म्हटलेले आहे, we are going to study the types of capacitor. The first type आपण स्टडी करणार आहोत, that is a fixed capacitor, आणि त्यातला आपण स्टडी करणार आहोत that is non electrolytic, or that is known as a electrostatic capacitor. So friends, once again thanks, bye, take care, see you again.